Beep boop.
Beep boop. How's
Or
everything?
sorry, dual beep boop.
Duel beep boop. Beep boop duel.
Beep boop.
Boop boop beep boop. Hello.
Hey, Magic.
Hi, Magic. So,
Wait, why are you getting swole?
no, so the joke was, let me show the game and I can actually explain this a little bit. So, there is a character in Yu-Gi-Oh! Called Banner. He is a character from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and he has a cat named Pharaoh. At one point, he becomes a villain and looks like this, and becomes super beefy. Like he gets really muscular and looks like this. So that's
incredibly concerning. Okay.
So that's why I said I'm getting swole and going to end the world because he becomes a bad guy and is trying to destroy the world.
And that's who you're playing for one of the rounds at least today, or what?
No, that was just oh, I didn't know that part. No, yeah, this is Banner, the character that's on the screen right now.
Yeah, when I saw a banner, I thought it was like the Hulk.
No, there is a Yu-Gi-Oh character called that.
Ooh, glasses.
Yeah, and he has the world's tiniest glasses. So I was gonna be like, yeah, let's quick make a deck, but I have no cards still, so me making a deck is kind of useless.
I have cards.
To make anything that I would like, I don't have a lot.
I too shall wear a giant cap when I am professor. I hope so, Magic. I hope so.
Like a lot of the good cards that you can synergize with, like the big name cards, like Blue Eyes White Dragon or Red Eyes Black Dragon, I don't have, other than I have one copy of Red Eyes Black Dragon.
Cape, not cap. But Magic. Why not both?
Why not both? So let me actually
go around as a professor, but in a graduation outfit.
Let me actually
Down,
just go into an actual story mode, where a Yu-Gi-Oh one, so it's there's nothing crazy going on.
And yes, swoosh it dramatically when you enter and leave rooms. Very. Also, when you just walk around, just make sure that the cape is swooshing appropriately.
Let's go classic. I'll teach you on the heart of the cards.
Okay.
Why?
It's fine, just go.
Is there a different one you would rather have?
No, I'm just... the heart of the cards, yep.
It's a concept. Okay, so... Basic starter. Every deck has 40 cards.
The heart of the cards is also how tarot works.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Basically.
Not
exactly, because you're not trying to win a match, but it is essentially the same thing.
Okay.
And now I just want to do a tarot reading, but with Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Okay, so every deck has 40 cards. Technically, you can have more, but every deck has 40 cards, especially the pre-made decks. So, the person who goes first, has 5 cards in their hand. So what, just going through what, Kaiba did, he played Pot of Greed. People who've watched the anime. It draws 2 cards. Place a monster in defense mode face down, and then place this card, which is a spell or a trap card. What we have, because we came second, we could draw a card, so we have 6. Okay, this is going to be interesting, because... So I have... All of these are normal. Silverfang, Celtic Guardian, and Feral Limp. The little icon... The axe icon is attack. The shield icon is defense. So, Silverfang has better attack than defense. Celtic Guardian is 1400 and 1200, and Fairlamp is 1300, 1400.
Wait, Magic, did you watch Yu-Gi-Oh as a child?
That's actually a good question. Well, Magic is still a child.
Magic is older than I was when I watched Yu-Gi-Oh as a
I
kid.
mean, yes.
That's what I mean by child, is like younger than that. Like half of Magic's age.
Scribbling notes increases in intensity. So, you can see this left arm of the Forbidden One and Exodia of the Forbidden One. They are part of a special 5-card set. If you have all 5 cards in your hand, you automatically win the game. This is one of the few duels in the series where you can win that way unless you make your own deck with them. I think there's only an... Actually,
At which point you probably want the 5 and just as many draw more types of cards.
So there is a duel later. It's I think it was technically season 2 of the anime, where he fights against a rando who has 3 copy of every Exodia card.
She'll soon become an even stronger adult. Older, not really wiser, but still.
He has 3 versions of every Exodia card. He has a bunch of draw mores. He has a card to increase his max hand size to infinity. Because technically there's a hand limit that after a certain point you have to start discarding cards. Like that one is a crazy duel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go... Oh, this card, the magic card, which is, all magic cards are green. If the monster's basically in the graveyard, so if it's destroyed, I can put it back on the field by using that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Celtic Guardian. And then, so here's the
numbers are what star rank thingy they are?
Yes. The numbers at the top are what, basically stars. I forget what exactly they're called.
Your
Level.
Hand. They have the numbers in big numbers.
Well, that
the most beautiful thing about the card presently.
So if it is 4 or below, I can just place it on the field. 5 and 6, and I have to sacrifice 1 monster from my field and place it in the graveyard, and then I can play that. 7 and 8, I need to do 2. 9 and higher, it's 3.
And you can only place 1 at a time, or 1 per turn, right?
You can only...
Generally.
Yes. Generally, you can only play 1 monster a turn unless you have cards that specify it is a special summon. You can special summon as many cards as you want, but you can only... The term normal summon, so what I did with the Celtic Guardian, they're just placing it down from my hand, no other way, or what Kaiba did of placing it face down. You can only do that once per turn, but like, there are so many ways.
Down if it's in defense mode.
What?
I remember that. And if I remember it, you can only put it face down if it's in defense mode.
Yes.
I remember.
If you play it face up, it has to be in attack mode. If you play it face down, it has to be in defense mode. Once it's my next turn, I can move Celtic Guardian to defense mode if I wanted to, but for initially, it has to be in attack mode if I put it face up. So these are the different phases. Draw phase is basically draw a card. SP is standby phase. There's a bunch of effects that happen during that phase, but generally, like, you don't actually interact with it unless there's, like, a specific thing. Main phase 1 is what we're in now. That's when you get to play all your cards down that you want. Battle phase is when you can do all your attacks. Main phase 2 is where you can finish putting down cards if you want. If you haven't summoned a monster, you can summon a monster. And then end phase is when you end your turn and then the opponent goes. So let's attack the face down card. Okay. Kaiba, really? So, his monster had 1400 defense, ours had 1400 attack, so nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
If the defense was lower, his monster would have been destroyed. If defense is higher, I would have taken damage to my life point, the bar at the bottom left of the screen. Ancient Lamp. During your main phase, you can summon Lajin, the mystical genie of the lamp, from your hand. This card must be face up on the field to activate and resolve this effect. Before, if this card is being attacked by an opponent's monster and was face down at the start of the damage step, you can target one monster your opponent controls, except the attacking monster. The attacking monster attacks it instead. Oh no. Well, good thing we only had one monster during that attack.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing else we can do, so let's end our turn. So he gets to draw. Oh, no.
Rip. Sharky's about to hurt.
I'm about to hurt.
Sharky got hurt.
So, what happened? He played Ancient Rules, so he can basically summon a level 5 or higher monster, whichever one that's 5 or higher, from his hand. So, Sword Star, 2000 attack. Then, he did his normal summon for Battle Axe. Which is why it's generally you can only do one, but there's so many flippin' rules around that.
I think the base rule
Yeah.
is you can do one.
Yes.
However, funky effects are all over the place.
This game is funky effects all over the place. Because this is the original rule set. This doesn't even take into account fusions existing yet.
So if you put this one in defense, that'll at least stop all these attacks, right?
Yeah, so...
Because none of them are stronger.
Yeah, because right now his strongest monster is 2000, and this defense is... Yes. More than likely he's going to draw flippin' blue eyes, and I'm going to lose. So, the best strategy would be to play this in defense mode, because then he can't do anything to me until he gets a stronger monster. The trap card he played, gave him 300 life points for every monster in the field. Because there's 4 monsters, now he had 9,200 until he attacked with this and lost 300. This card is sent from the field to the graveyard. Oh, this is nice. So if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, it doesn't matter how, it just needs to be on the field and then in the graveyard. Add a monster with 1,500 or less attack points from your deck to your hand. But you cannot activate cards or the effects of cards with that name for the rest of this turn. You can only use this effect once per turn. So you can't, like, play 3 of them down and do it 3 times. That's a little broken. But what I can do is I can play this. Looks like a fiend. A friend. Hug buddy.
Fiend, a friend. What's the difference?
I mean, technically it is a fiend card.
And Sangan totally has its hands reaching out for a hug.
So, basically our goal for this duel is to have all 5 pieces of Exodia. Because that is the most surefire way to win this duel. You know, like the anime.
Still waiting to hear if Magic watched any of the Yu-Gi-Oh shows as a child.
That is true. Magic hasn't answered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Sangan down in face down in defense mode, so we don't take any life point damage. And then I'm just going to end my turn. And there's the blue eyes.
And there's the nope.
Well, you're gonna learn. Or is it time to learn?
Looking at the game now, I'm realizing the main character's name is in fact
Yugi. Yes.
You know, it gets worse because
Yami.
apparently Yugi means game and O means king.
Is it actually?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I can tell you 100% guaranteed. O does in fact mean king.
Oh, that's great.
And yeah. So Yu-Gi-Oh is king of games.
Makes
and
sense.
then Yami means dark.
Yes, I did know
Darkness. So Yami Yugi is dark Yugi.
Which, I mean, makes
That's
sense.
why they have Yami Bakura and stuff.
Well, it also makes sense because in the first couple, like, first bit of the chapters in the, like, the manga and that stuff, like, Yami Yugi was, like, literally torturing people.
Yes. Well, in the original anime thing, yeah, when he defeats Kaiba, Kaiba fucking dies.
Yeah,
like, dies.
Yeah.
You die. It's not. You're gonna get sent to the Shadow Realm. The Shadow Realm is hell because you dead.
Yeah, like, the name the Shadow Realm was their way of making the English version more children friendly.
From a wiki, how are?
Yeah,
well, you know, 4 kids got a hold of the anime.
Yeah. So this
Shame, Harpy Lady has spikes for nipples.
So this card, equip only to a monster your opponent controls. Take control of it, and during each of your opponent's standby phase, they gain 1,000 life points. So guess what we're doing?
Taking blue eyes?
Taking blue eyes. Because who cares if he gets 1,000 life points? We now have the strongest monster in his deck.
Until he gets another one.
Until he gets one of the 3 he flippin' has. But that means we can consistently kill one of his monsters each turn.
Yes.
And also, a thing that I didn't mention, Monster Reborn is not limited to your graveyard. It is...
Yes. I think you did mention that.
I think I accidentally said your. So if this Blue Eyes dies, we can just get it back.
Also, if he kills it with his own blue eyes, that means that one's also gonna destroy, right?
Yes, because they match. If 2 monsters with the same attack each other, both of them are destroyed. What? Should I even bother playing a monster? I think
I would say...
just so we can clear out his field a little bit. Let's do Feral Imp because Feral Imp has the highest attack.
I was gonna say have it in defense. They might put something in about trying to destroy it. I don't know how stupid this AI is.
The AI is sometimes stupid and sometimes not. Like, if you have a pretty strong monster, it will usually stick to defense mode until it has a way to destroy that monster. Sometimes it will start doing dumb things like, you have a monster with 1300 attack mode. Here's a 1400 attack mode monster just to destroy it, leaving him open. It's a crapshoot. But I can destroy Battle Ox with that Feral Imp. And that leaves the face down to Blue Eyes. I also love, like, that's not the original art for Blue Eyes. That's one of the later arts for it. But I still really like this art.
I need to look up the older one because I'm like...
The older
when
one?
When showed up in the 3D thing, I was just like, why? does that 3D model look so phallic?
Oh my gosh.
It was disturbing. I was like, why does Blue Eyes White Dragon? Yeah, the original spikier. The original has like a spikier head. So when it showed up in that 3D model, I was just like, why does Blue Eyes White Dragon suddenly have like a phallus for a head? That's disturbing.
Let me... I think I'm gonna play Griffor in defense mode.
Okay.
Should I play monster in attack or defense? He has nothing on the field, so it's free damage at this point.
I mean, if it's going to be an attack either way, you should do the one with the lower defense, I would say, because you might want that lower defense or that higher defense later.
Wait, say that again?
My opinion, and obviously you can argue or ignore my opinion because you're the one playing. My opinion is that because you're at main phase 1.
Yes, this is main phase
so
1.
You're going to get free damage.
Yes.
And so between Torike and the
and Griffor.
It's 1200 damage either way, but
defense is vastly
if it's going to be in attack mode either way to start,
true.
So you get free 1200.
Yeah.
And the defense mode doesn't matter. If we assume that it might get destroyed while it's in that attack mode, again, defense mode won't matter. You might want that 1500 defense later.
True.
Is my thought.
So let's play. And that will do 5,500 damage.
As I said the last time you played, I'm a very think it through, sit here, strategize, like defensive until you know you can win kind of player. For a lot of games, not just me.
I'm actually just surprised we're on the offensive. Because usually it's
because you get blue eyes.
Yeah, it's usually he gets blue eyes out and you're like, ah, crap. Let's put Silver Fang out. Mainly kind of just to shrink hand size too.
Can't you play the spell card face down and then just decide to use it later?
Yes, I could do that if I wanted
it just puts it at risk of getting like destroyed.
Yes, if they had it, which obviously he's not playing any right now. If he had a card to destroy spell cards, his smartest idea would be to destroy Snatch Steal, because then he would get Blue Eyes back.
Yes.
So
if you need to shrink your hand size, like that is an option. It's just putting Monster Reborn face down and waiting.
Or technically I could play Monster Reborn now being next turn. And
yeah, I was gonna say, if you were gonna do it now, oh fuck, you could have gotten the 1700 damage one. You could have finished him.
Oh, I literally could have stolen Sword Stalker and yeah, he would have been dead. I am actually legitimately... Oh, let me do this. So this one has a level 5. So if I want to summon, I have to tribute one monster. I'll tribute this one. And now, boom, I have Root Kaiser down.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, which Wall of Illusion is an amazing card and could screw up the game dramatically. But it did it to Blue Eyes. And so we win. I think when I initially did that
I
duel,
didn't even need Exodia.
When I initially did that duel, I had to use Exodia. Okay. So that's Yeah, this is the one that's
That's
basically...
base how you play.
Yeah, that's the basics.
That's from like the original anime whole thing.
Yes. Well, so...
Just as far as my understanding of the rules
Well,
goes.
so... Did you ever play with fusions? Because, I mean, fusions came in the original run.
So what was the name of that game? Let me double check. Um,
Because, I mean, once... What was it? Once basically...
Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards was the name of the Game Boy Advance game that I had for Yu-Gi-Oh! And that was the only one I really ever played. I loved it. I played it like more than once. I played the fuck out of it. Um, I think you even got like a card from the loser when you won, and
Yeah.
then there were
Yeah,
some
that...
like battles you could redo, so you could just keep getting their
Yeah,
cards.
that's...
Um,
this has that. Like, I got 3 cards for beating Kaiba there.
no, I think it was just one
Yeah.
card. I don't remember exactly, but it
Yeah,
was.
yeah. I know what you
Then
mean.
you could like go back, and it was the Battle City arc
Yeah.
specifically,
Mm.
and that's the only like set that I'm familiar with
Well,
was playing that. And you had like some random MC that you played as instead. I said this last time, and I think I'm gonna actually maybe do it now. Is I should find. Did I get an? Did I get a GBA emulator for that? I don't think I did, but I should find one. I should play.
let's move over to GX because GX more focuses on see, yeah, that's Banner. Look how big he is.
That's not even swole. That's shoulder pads.
Amazon Vampire.
What Bezos is in this game?
Does that look like Bezos? Um.
I don't know. You said Amazon.
Yeah,
We are on Twitch.
oh my gosh. Let's do. Let's face the Red Eyes Black Dragon deck. Just because GX focuses more on fusions and getting cards through fusions, which the later part of Yu-Gi-Oh did. There was a bunch of really powerful fusion cards, like Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. But this series focuses way more on it. So now, one thing you'll notice different, you have this little deck on the left hand side. That's called the extra deck. So anything weird and weird and added go to the extra deck. So this is fusion cards. In the future, there's synchro summons, XYZ summons, like all this other stuff goes in the extra deck. So now if we look at this, we have this Elemental Hero Wild Edge, Elemental Hero Thunder Giants, Hero Tempest, Rampart Blaster, Mudball Man, Flamewing Man. What you have to do to get these on the field is get a card called Polymerization, have the 2 cards in your hand or on the field, and when you play Polymerization, you put both those cards in the graveyard, and you get to summon one of these monsters to the field. Which, lucky for me, I have all the cards I need to summon one of them. Going over the cards in my hand. Emergency Call just pulls a card of my choosing out of the deck, specifically with the name Elemental Hero in the name. Burstinatrix, which is 1200 attack and 800, nothing really, it's just a normal monster. Elemental Hero Blade Hedge, if it attacks defense mode monster, the remaining value after you destroy the monster goes to the opponent's life points. Fusion Sage, I can add a Polymerization card to my hand. fusion gate basically acts as polymerization. It goes into the spot right above the extra deck, and anybody, like me and my opponent, can both use it. What it does is, instead of sending the card to the graveyard, they're removed from the game permanently. So there are ways to get them back, but like there are very few ways to get them back. And then Wild Heart, which has 1500 attack, 1600, and no trap cards can touch this, which that's pretty good.
Just realized we went from Yugi to Yuki.
Oh, Yuki to Yuki? Yeah.
Which, the caveat for Japanese is, so the G sound isn't actually part of like the base Japanese alphabet.
Uh-huh.
There's this modifier that you can stick onto different characters, and it turns K's into G's.
Oh!
It turns S into SH. So like, or not SH, it turns S into Z's. It turns K's into G's. It like makes letters softer, basically.
So the only difference between his last name and Yugi is a small
in
addition.
hiragana
Gosh.
is to take away that modifier.
Oh my gosh.
Which is why I'm like,
something he's supposed to be the like successor to Yugi.
I will write these things.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play Fusion Sage down, and we're gonna steal a polymerization card from my deck. I'm gonna play it, and we're gonna summon Elemental Hero Wild Edge, which has 2600 attack, 2300 defense, really strong for the first turn.
So you can see, I put it in the chat. Yugi just has the little modifier on the second character.
Is that like a little? Is that like a little circle or?
No, a circle is actually very specific. It's a different modifier that
Okay.
only applies to H sounds to turn them into P's somehow. Otherwise, with this modifier, H would turn into B's. It's basically a double apostrophe.
Ah, okay. It was just,
Obviously, it's not called that because apostrophes are H.
yeah.
Point being, I'm just like, that's, you just add quotes and then it becomes Yuki.
That is funny.
Which is where I'm just like, I mean, granted, it's first name versus last name as well.
Yes.
But still.
So this card also has a different special ability of it can attack every monster your opponent has summoned. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter if your opponent has 5 or 1. It can attack every monster your opponent has on the field. It can only do, as it says, it can only do
Is
one.
it all or nothing?
No.
Or all or one?
It specifically says it can attack. So you can choose 3, you can choose 2, you can choose all, you can choose none.
I mean, when it says can attack,
That's
the caveat of a question still applies. You still answered the question, but you answered the question, not the description.
well. The can. So the can is specifically saying you choose. There are other monsters that say, this attacks every monster on the field. Being it has to
So
attack.
I was saying, can it only be every monster or the basic one?
No,
Or
it's
can you be between?
yeah, it's specifically
Which
anything
this
you want.
description is ambiguous. You answered it because
Yeah.
I assumed you used it, but
Well, I mean, that's the dumb thing is the word can is there to basically signify you choose. You can. It's basically up to the amount of monsters that they have on the field.
okay. This is like a super minor nitpick from me on grammar, But I'm just saying, like, that doesn't... What you're saying doesn't mean anything. In terms of, like, can attack every monster. Like, is it can, and then the phrase attack every monster, as opposed to the basic one?
Yes.
Or is it can attack each and every monster? Do you get the distinction I'm getting at?
I don't know what distinction you're getting at for the second one.
So, when you say can attack every monster, my reading of that off the bat is can attack all up to 5 that are out there, right? However, there is a way to read that is can attack every monster, as in you must attack every monster if you use it.
It will specify no, and that's where.
That's why I'm saying the description is ambiguous.
Yes.
I'm assuming if you use the effect in the game,
yeah.
it'll tell you because it's built into the mechanics. But by the description alone, I cannot tell.
If the card is meant to say you have to attack every monster, like this card can either be an all or nothing type monster, it has a different wording. They do a lot of weird ambiguity with can being basically you get to choose how many times you want to do this.
Yeah, so I'm nitpicking their wording.
Yeah.
Is what it comes down to.
What I could do something fun. Well, screw you, game. Dark Hole. This is a very, oh crap, let's hard reset the game.
Yeah.
Because destroys every monster. Obviously, you don't want to use this when you're on the winning side. Like, right...
It's not winning side, it's stronger.
Right now, it would suck if I used this. But what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna play Fusion Gates. I'm gonna play Emergency Call. And I'm gonna pull Elemental Hero Avian for my deck. Because I can use Fusion Gate to Fusion Summon Flame Wingman. Which, when this card destroys a monster and sends it to the graveyard, specifically it has to send it to the graveyard, so if it's banished, it doesn't take effect. You inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of the destroyed monster. So, we're gonna summon Flame Wingman.
What is that middle thing? Those 2 slots?
I don't fully know. I think they got added. They got added after I stopped playing, and before I started playing this. They're extra monster areas, but I don't know how they affect. Like, I can technically play cards up here. I just don't know how they affect anything.
Interesting. Yeah, I was like, I don't remember that.
Yeah, because they weren't around. They weren't around when we played. There were only 5 monster slots and 5 spell and trap card slots. So
as I said, I only played that one game. Mm-hmm. I didn't play in person. I didn't have friends who played. Probably because I didn't get my deck until everyone else stopped playing.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack with Flame Wingman. Okay. So even though it was in defense mode, he took 700 damage due to Flame Wingman's ability. And this is, if this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can summon one troop dragon from your deck. So you can basically just summon another one. So, I'm going to attack with Wild Edge. And he's going to summon another one. And I'm going to attack with Wild Edge. You can only have a limit of 3 of the same card in your deck. So because that was the third one, he couldn't summon anymore. And we're going to end turn. I am surprised he hasn't got in Red Eyes out yet. Gosh dang, why'd I speak?
I mean, it even showed it as you were saying that. And I was like, what are you talking about? He literally just got it.
No, but him getting it into his hands, I was surprised. So, the interesting thing about Night Shroud's deck is he has a card called Red Eyes Baby Dragon. What Red Eyes Baby Dragon is if you play it down, you can then sacrifice it to immediately play Red Eyes. I am surprised that didn't happen sooner. Well, Red Eyes is going to get destroyed this turn, so let's play Sparkman. We're going to attack with Wild Edge. We're going to attack with Wild Edge. And we're going to attack with Sparkman. No, I don't want to... I feel so bad.
Do you, though?
So...
Do you feel bad?
A little bit. He played this card called The Haunted. So, that was a reaction to me attacking, where you can special summon a monster from your graveyard in attack mode. Obviously, he was going to summon Red Eyes because that's his strongest monster. I can then choose to disengage the attack because I don't want to lose my monster. But because of Wild Edge's ability, and technically it's a new monster on the field, I can attack again with him.
So interesting that it doesn't make you do that one all in a row.
So the interesting thing was it says one attack on each monster per battle phase. Even though I technically destroyed it because it got resummoned, it's a new monster, which is the weirdest part to me.
Yeah. I mean, that part does not surprise me. It's that you don't have to do it all at once or like all in a row for it to count. Because I could imagine the mechanic being like, okay, you can do this, but once you start using other cards, you know, you can't come back to this one. But apparently you can.
Because you can attack every monster your opponent controls, so if your opponent summons more monsters, well then he can just attack them.
I guess I'm surprised it's not a caveat of this card.
Yeah, it's
like, oh, you he didn't summon more monsters until after that card finished, so you can't do it anymore.
Yeah. But it's kind of like
Don't mind me, I'm just nitpicking again.
I mean, it makes sense why you would think that why that would be a mechanic.
Yeah, because now it's OP.
Now it's, well, if you have a monster, like, it doesn't matter, it's just, it can
attack. The other one can't attack anymore?
What'd you say?
Since you stopped your attack.
Yeah.
Because he brought out Blue Eyes, that one can't attack anymore?
Yeah.
Or couldn't attack anymore?
Yeah, basically, I started the attack, and then I said, whoa, 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 I stop it. So that basically said, well, you already tried to attack, your attack's done with that monster.
Okay.
The multiple attacks are just really crazy. And he gets 1600, and he gets another 1200. And the fact that I was able to get it out on turn 1 means wait, what did he just do? Target 2 normal monsters in your graveyard, add them to your hand. So we did Red Eyes Black Dragon, obviously. And what was the other monster he grabbed?
I missed it, but it was definitely less significant. I mean, you can look through the graveyard, right?
I honestly don't remember what monsters I've destroyed at this point. Oh, I think it was the last monster I destroyed.
The what?
The last one I destroyed. I don't know what it was, but I think it was like last one. Winged Karibo.
Sure.
If this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, for the rest of the turn, you just straight up take no battle damage. What?
I'm just, wow. What an effect.
Karibo's actually useful for once.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so the original Karibo had an ability where, if I'm remembering right, if it's in your hand and you were about to take a crap ton of damage, you could put it in the graveyard and basically say, nope, not taking that damage.
I'm just wondering if you put it face up defense mode, will it still stupidly attack you because it sees that the defense is so low?
I don't think so. Mainly because it might not, but to put it in face-up defense mode, I would have to put it in face-up attack mode, and you'd probably also be very likely to hit it on face-up attack mode because of the 300.
I mean, technically, you could flip the head. Plus, then it goes to the graveyard.
Well, so here's a thing for this game. If it's face down, and then you flip it, it then becomes face-up attack mode.
They don't have a face-up defense.
You have to switch it from face-up attack mode to face-up defense mode.
I thought it was still possible to do face-up defense mode.
This game
wasn't it originally option?
What, to just place a monster in face-up defense mode?
Yeah.
Probably, but this game doesn't allow it.
That's annoying.
Like, it's a small thing of this game where to play something in face-up defense mode, it has to be in attack mode, and you have to manually change it. If you basically, like, the only other way would have to be a face-up or face-down defense mode, and then it get attacked, and you win that fight.
Yes. I know that way exists. Because once you've attacked it, it flips.
Yeah. Oh, Red Eyes Black Chick, there you go. You can send this card, face-up card to the graveyard, special summon Red Eyes from your hand. Why didn't he play that and then he has Red Eyes in his hand already? He could automatically have played Red Eyes down.
I don't know, but in any case, it wouldn't have mattered.
I mean, yes.
You're questioning like this would have mattered. I'm also just going to point out that if you had put down the winged Kariba, you could have finished him. He has 100 life.
Uh-huh.
Why didn't you?
Because I just didn't place it down. I'm not going for speed wins.
Shock.
Mirage Dragon, Troop Dragon, another Mirage Dragon. This is a mechanic I don't know too much about, but I'm going to talk about it anyway.
Oh.
This is if you remember people making jokes about card games on motorcycles. This is a Yu-Gi-Oh series where everyone's on a motorcycle and also playing Yu-Gi-Oh at the same time. I'm just waiting for it to be... So, this has synchro summons. These are these white cards. So, the way that they're summoned is, you have to have a specific one. So, in this case, it's a card called Nitro Synchron. And then one or more monsters called Tuner Monsters. The thing is, they have to equal all the monsters together have to equal the star number or more in order to summon it.
What are you doing?
What?
What is Mog doing? He's like, he jumped off my chair, climbed over my leg, like onto my boob. Oh, like, to now just his butt's on my, like, almost my boobs. What are you doing, Mog? Your butt is like directly in my face. You have two paws like between my legs. You're so silly.
So to go over the cards that I have, Spirit Force. So when an opponent does an attack during the point when you would do the damage, you can just make it 0. Then you can add one warrior type monster, a monster that literally says warrior on it, and also says tuner on it, with 1500 or less defense from graveyard to hand. Also, that card looks like they are going Super Saiyan.
Are they not? Super Saiyan Duelist.
Shield Warrior, 800 attack, 1600 defense. During damage calculation on either player's turn, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Monsters you control cannot be destroyed by this battle. Pinpoint Guard. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target one level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn. Speed Warrior. Once per battle phase, if this card was normal summoned this turn, except during the damage step, you can make its attack double its original attack until the end of the battle phase. So you can effectively make it 1800. But that can only happen once, the turn that you summon it. And Tuning Wear. This card can be treated as a level 2 monster when used for a synchro summon. If this card is sent to the graveyard for a synchro summon, draw a card. So this one's very good for if I use it for summoning one of these, I can draw a card. And to synchro summon, all the monsters have to be on the field. You can't do it from the hand. So I'm gonna play these two cards down. I played Ghost Gardna When a face-up monster you control is selected as an attack target, you can change the target to this card. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, one face-up monster your opponent controls loses 1,000 attack until the end of turn. And it has 1,900 defense points, so it's a very defensive card.
Well, yes, with 0 attack.
Yeah.
Very defensive.
What? Wait, what?
What did that say?
I don't know. I'm waiting until his turn ends so I can read it. Each time a monster your opponent controls attacks or is attacked, place 1 gate counter on this card at the end of the damage step. During your main phase, you can send this card to the graveyard, special summon 1 monster from your hand whose level is less than or equal to the number of gate counters on this card. So if you attack a lot, you can summon a really strong monster basically for free.
Mm-hmm.
What did I pick up? Scrap Iron Scarecrow. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, negate the attack, so stop it from happening. Also, after that, set this card face down instead of sending it to the graveyard.
All I can think of is that this looks like zombie android apocalypse, like Howl's Moving Castle Scarecrow.
I still need to watch Howl's Moving Castle?
Okay, all you need to know is there's a scarecrow. And this, is a scarecrow.
So,
and it has like similar skinniness and everything, so I'm just like,
the setting of the world of this series that I'm in is basically set like very, very far future, for after Yu-Gi-Oh ends, where Kaiba's corporation, Kaiba Corp, basically takes over the city.
Kaiba's corporation, Kaiba Corp. Who would have guessed?
Hey, it was named after his father, also a Kaiba. Because I think he's like adopted.
Oh, it's still Kaiba's corporation, Kaiba Corp.
Also, isn't Kaiba adopted? I forget.
Don't remember.
I think he is.
He has a brother though.
Yeah, but I think I
don't know if it's an adoptive brother, but
no. What I think it was, if I remember right, they were both sent to and they were both at an orphanage, and then the father Kaiba came because apparently Seto Kaiba was like some genius chess player, and Seto Kaiba was basically like, hey, if I beat you in chess, you're gonna adopt me and my brother. And the father was basically like, you're a conceited brat, cool, we'll fight. And then he lost. Which is probably very much in line with Kaiba.
this is the universe that Yu-Gi-Oh takes place in. Is you decide important critical life things via games.
No, but I think in this series, like,
Yes.
everyone, well, in this series, like, Duel Monsters took so much control where basically every other game was wiped out and now it's only Duel Monsters. And I think also, like, Duel Monsters are, like, summoning aliens that are also going to destroy the world or something. 'Cause, for kids.
Sorry, I stopped paying attention to Yu-Gi-Oh when Yu-Gi was no longer part of it. Importantly.
You mean the ancient soul of a pharaoh went back to the afterlife after being killed by a kid? And also after playing a life or death game with the souls of that kid and a bunch of other people against an evil god?
Why
Yu-Gi-Oh's...
is my grocery delivery thing offering mineral spray sunscreen?
That's a good question. Okay, so the other thing that he did was he tributed this medium piece golem for a big piece golem. Holy crap, that's strong. If your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, you can just normal summon this card without tributing. Ugh. I'm not sure what to do. I think I'm just gonna end turn.
I lost track of what's happening because I started getting hungry.
Well, so now he's going to attack, and I'm going to activate the effect of my Scrap Iron Scarecrow to negate that attack, and then I get to, and then he's done.
He's not done.
No, he went into main phase 2. So what he did...
Doesn't mean he's done.
Well, he can't attack anymore at that point.
I don't care. He wasn't done.
So he played,
Fucks you over more, therefore he was not done.
If you control level 8 or higher synchro monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, he played Creation Resonator and basically sacrificed that and the big piece golem for Red Dragon Archfiend. After damage calculation, if this card attacked an opponent's defense position monster, destroy all defense position monsters your opponent controls? What?
Rip.
Once per turn.
Everybody join with me and say rip Sharky.
Once per turn, during your end phase, destroy all other monsters you control that did not declare an attack this turn. This card must be face up on the field to activate and to resolve this effect. Well then, there's nothing I can do. Scrap Iron Scarecrow!
Should I have pizza for dinner or lasagna?
Pizza.
Okay.
Double summon. If I play this card, you can conduct 2 normal summons or set, place a monster face down in defense mode. This turn, not just 1. Screw you, I want 2 monsters. The problem is...
What, that he can destroy all of your defense mode?
What I need is... I need Nitro Synchron to be played.
Do you have Nitro Synchron?
I mean, it's in my deck. So luckily, his effect doesn't activate unless the attack goes through. So because I keep negating the attack... Hey, look what popped up!
Wow, exactly what you needed.
It's like the Heart of a Cards exists or something.
Let's not get too far.
Because I keep negating the attack, the defense mode thing doesn't ever go through. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna double summon. We're gonna play Nitro Synchron. And we're gonna play Tuningware. And we're gonna special summon Nitro Warrior. in attack mode.
In attack mode?
Yes.
What? Oh, that. Okay.
Yes. Because I played double summon down, during the next attack this turn, he gains 1,000 attack points.
Yep. Okay.
So what did I draw? Urgent tuning. During the battle phase, immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon one synchro monster using monsters you control. Okay. And tuner or turret warrior. You can special summon this card from your hand by attributing one warrior type monster. If you do, it gains attack equal to the attributed monster's original. Interesting.
So what warrior cards do you have
Nitro warrior.
in your hand?
No. What this does is...
I know what you're saying. I'm not saying right now. I'm asking in general, what do you have?
It would be Shield Warrior, Speed Warrior, which would be worse than his actual attack.
Gains attack equal to.
Yeah.
Gains attack.
Yeah, but it would be... Technically, it would be smarter... I'm not going to do this, to do Nitro Warrior. He would have 4,000 attack at that point.
I suppose.
I'm not going to do that. At least not right now. Let's attack. This is probably going to go badly. Yep.
And that failed because?
I don't know, actually.
Did it have to be a spell card after it was out?
I do not know.
Because that was my guess. I'm gonna get a snack. Because I can't go make my pizza yet.
Is it gonna smile back?
No, this snack does not smile back. It doesn't have a face. It's just cheese.
Well, that's sad.
No, it's delicious. Isn't it sadder to eat something with a face?
What do
Also, I think the big container I had of goldfish has actually gone a bit stale. So what I probably want to do is turn it to mac and cheese at some point.
Wait, what just happened? During damage calculation, if your monster battles an opponent's monster with a higher attack, pay life points equal to the difference in attack. Your monster gains attack equal to that difference plus 300. Gosh dang. There's too many cards.
How did I walk away and you lost your strong thingy and whatnot?
No, you were already gone. You were here when that happened.
Sorry, I'm spaced out because I'm tired.
You were here when that happened.
Was that what just got destroyed?
No, that was destroyed a while ago. This one?
All right. I forgot. Because now I have cheese. So now I'm distracted by the salty deliciousness of cheese.
I'm gonna place this in defense mode. Because what I think I'm gonna be doing... He's gonna whittle his own life points down. No.
Getting all these achievements, huh?
Yeah, there's like a bunch of achievements for like dealing so much life point damage when by attacking from opponents defending or destroying defense or attacking defense mode monsters, for using effects to do that, like
You know, the old GBA game was more fun than this. Because you had to walk around in the world.
I mean, yeah, this is literally just duel. There is no flavor to this other than duels.
Yeah. The other game, because you were going through the whole arc, was about go through the arc. So you went through the whole Battle City tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and this is like you're going through the story of it, and there's the little cutscenes and everything, but like...
But you're not really going through the story of it.
It's basically just, here's like the rough outline of the story. Okay, now you're using the same deck that they used in the story. Wow. I think he's gonna destroy himself. What is he summoning? Stardust Dragon. Okay, what can that do? When a card or effect is activated that would destroy a card or cards in the field, you contribute this card to negate that effect. And if you do, destroy it. Interesting. Wait, what? Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I'm really confused. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to special or summon tuning wear, and then I'm going to place turret warrior in defense mode. Yes, I want to play Scrap Iron Scarecrow. Here's the problem, though. I need to figure out how to deal 100 points of damage to him. Because if I don't, I'm gonna lose. Here's what I'm thinking. No, that doesn't work.
What was the one you just put down?
Give and take. Special summon one monster from your graveyard to your opponent's side of the field, and increase the level of one monster you control by the level of the special summoned monster until end phase. Really good for like once you get a tuning monster, you can increase a level to get one of these out. Because like I said, it has to be equal to or greater than. So you can increase the level to more easily get one of these two.
Mm.
But right now, it looks like it's more likely I'm going to deck out. I'm going to go through my entire deck before I am going to... technically, I could get Nitro Warrior.
You could. It won't help you right now, though. I don't have any spell cards.
Wait. This attacking card... oh, no. Yeah, that won't help. No! No, that won't help.
It will not help.
Other than getting a stronger monster on the field, and I can continuously... No, I don't want to activate Give and Take. I can continuously, negate the attack.
Yep. Oh.
Oh!
But that's all you need anyway.
Yeah, that's all I need.
That's exactly what you need. It was 300.
Activate only when a face-up synchro monster you control is selected as an attack. Negate and destroy one monster your opponent controls.
Wait. Um. Hmm. What's the give and take again?
I can place a monster on my opponent's side of the field and increase the level. But
Okay.
that's really only helpful if I also have a
You
tuning
don't get.
monster.
You don't get any of her.
I don't get any benefit other than a level increase. This is good for if he tries to summon a synchro monster, I can then take it.
But he already has one.
But he has one on the field and is not summoning anymore. Which
You know, if you have anything that does that kind of thing.
Does what kind of thing?
Taking cards.
I don't know this deck. I'm learning it just with you. Fighting Spirit again. But that's more helpful if I have a stronger monster.
Yeah.
What I can do is I can play this. No. Because I can continuously negate attacks.
Just have to hit no a million times.
Because of give and take. And give and take. Gosh dang it. One thing I wish this had is, like, a better way to manage that, like, do you want to activate? Do you want to activate? Do you want to activate? Like, every Yu-Gi-Oh game is bad about that.
Well, yeah.
That this is not going to be helpful.
What was that one you just got?
If I'm about to take damage, I can make it 0 and then draw a card. But right now, I'm negating every attack, so I'm never dealing damage. Also,
You mean you're not receiving damage?
Yeah. And also, I don't want to take up the 5th slot because fighting Spirit.
Yes.
I want to keep a slot open for that. And you can't remove a card that's on the spell or trap zone once it's face down.
Huh?
Oh, hey! It's Tuner's team again. I'm surprised I haven't gotten a junk synchron. Like, I've only gotten one type of tuner monster so far. I'm an idiot.
What just happened?
I accidentally hit no. So I couldn't activate Scrap Iron Scarecrow.
Hey, you were just saying?
I hit my... Oh! Okay. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one level 2 or lower monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So, can play it. Can activate the effect of Drunk Iron Synchron. And I can get back. No. Speed Warrior. Because Drunk Warrior only is a level 5, so you only need a level 2 monster.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't want give and take. I flipping hate give and take. I shouldn't have put that on the field. Give and take.
Wait. I have a stupid, maybe stupid plan.
What's up?
So, what's it? Turret warrior?
Yes.
You can sacrifice.
I can
a
sacrifice.
warrior.
I can sacrifice my junk warrior for it to gain 2,300 attack. Yeah.
And then give and take would put junk warrior on his side?
No.
What's it do again? Oh, in defense position.
Yes. So it won't. The doing turret warrior is smart because then it is 3,500,
Mm-hmm.
3,800 once I include fighting spirit.
Mm-hmm.
But doing give and take is not going to be. It's not going to do anything.
I don't know.
Other than put an extra card on his side.
I was afraid of that trick.
I mean, that was the only way for me to have done done anything to him.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't do it. Oh, poop.
Well, you have 201, don't you?
Yeah, but I have to take some damage.
Well, yeah.
Come on. Synchro summon.
Well, can you just kill one of the 2 weaker monsters now?
Let's activate the effect of Junk Synchron to put Speed Warrior. Because then I can special summon Junk Warrior. In attack mode.
And you want that because...
More security for if he does something stupid.
The last 2 times, your thing got destroyed, at which point it's better to have extra monsters. Well, okay. Anyway, you won. It was really close, but you won.
It's really close. That's most of the times when I play this game. I'm not going to say I'm good at it. Story garbage.
Kind of surprising that you like this game so much, considering you don't like to do strategizing.
Who says I strategize when I play this game?
That's my point.
I just jump head first in and be like, "Brrr!" in that exact tone of voice. Also, this is a really weird looking card. Rubik's Cube, the monster.
Mm-hmm. And every side is blue, so no matter what, you've solved it.
You can roll a 6-sided dice, and while this monster is face up, neither player can normal or special summon with the same level as the result. Wow.
That's a choice.
That's a screw you. You know what?
I mean, depending what the result is.
Yeah, if it's a 1, it's not going to be that helpful. If it's like a 5... Hmm?
There were 6 of them were spell cards.
Yep. Blue-Eye Shining
Dragon's Fighting Spirit.
Target one dragon monster you control that was special summoned this turn. For each monster your opponent controls that was special summoned this turn, it gains 1 additional attack. Wow. Cannot be normal or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by attributing 1 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Gain 300 attack for each dragon monster in your graveyard. When a card or effect is activated that targets this card, you can negate it. And the fact that you have to tribute a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon... To play Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, you have to fuse 3 Blue Eyes together. So unless you use Fusion Gate and they're banished, that's a free 1,200 attack. Because that's 4 dragons in the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
Plus any other dragons in your deck that got thrown away.
Mm-hmm.
I need more Blue Eyes cards. Hey look, Wall of Illusion. Lord of D.
Yeah.
Sobek's Blessing. If your monster...
Definitely just wanted to read that as Shrek's Blessing just now.
That doesn't even look like Shrek.
The name.
I know.
In caps.
If your monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent by a direct attack, gain the same amount of life points. That's pretty nice. Blade Garuda the Cubic Beast? What? Vulcan Dragny the Cubic King? What?
Okay.
Some of these cards are a little ridiculous.
They were high, as usual.
Master with Eyes of Blue.
More dragons.
Did I even... I got 1 dragon.
Oh, the new one. The fancy one.
Oh, Tyrant Burst Dragon? Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna say, with all the Blue Eyes whatever. Like, don't tell me that he's got a deck also full of Blue Eyes white people.
Do not know?
I'm just saying, that's a concerning deck, so.
Target 1 dragon normal monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. Just, hey, if Blue Eyes is in your graveyard, special summon it.
Many dragons. Many dragons.
I mean, this is Kaiba.
Ace deck.
I mean, I can make a dragon deck.
Dragon deck!
I just don't have... Because, like, that would basically revolve around Blue Eyes and other dragons. And I don't have 3 Blue Eyes. Target 1 fusion summon Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon you control this turn. It can make a 2nd and 3rd attack during each battle phase. Also, when it attacks, your opponent's cards and effect cannot be activated until the end of the damage step. Wow. Monster Reborn Reborn? What? Wait, what? Target 3 monsters in your graveyard. Your opponent chooses one, you special summon it, and if you do, banish the rest. What is the benefit of that?
You special summon a monster in your graveyard.
But you choose...
Banish the rest.
Yeah, you choose to and banish the rest.
Yep.
And your opponents get to choose the one, so they get, like...
You better have 3 really fucking good ones.
Yeah, and then it makes your opponent being like, well, do I want to get screwed by that one, or that one?
Which one screws me the least?
Owl of Luck. Look at him. He is staring into your soul.
I don't have a soul.
Flip. Select one field spell card from your deck and place it on the top of your deck. If Necro Valley is on the field, you could add the selected field spell card to your hand instead. Interesting.
I just want to ask you to be like an NPC, make a goth deck or something. Dragon deck. Like themed decks.
ABC Dragon Buster. Fuse A, Assault Core, B, Buster Drake, and C, Crush Wyvern. You can must be special summoned by banishing the above cards you control and or from your graveyard. You do not use polymerization. Once per turn, you can discard 1 card, then target 1 card on the field, banish it. During your opponent's turn, you contribute this card, then target 3 of your banished Light Machine Union monsters with different names? What? What? My brain does not wrap around it.
Oh, there are some choices.
Hey, look! Dragon's Gunfire. If you control a dragon monster, either inflict 800 damage to your life points, or destroy a monster with 800 or less defense points.
Are you trying to tell me the dragons are in the NRA?
That would be pretty weird.
It'd be kind of terrifying.
Why is crystal spelled with a K?
Why not?
Once per turn during your
A lot
battle.
of people who are named Crystal with a K. Or at least one.
Oh, do you?
I know one, and then she has a sister, Kristen.
Once per turn during your battle step, if this card battled this turn, you can add 1 level 8 dragon type monster from your deck to your hand. I wonder what monster they're specifically referring to. What level 8 dragon monster would you want in your hand? If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, this card gains 500 attack. If this card is destroyed by battle, the monster that destroyed it loses 500 attack. That can get pretty dangerous pretty fast.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was great.
Hey, look. Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. Summon 2 Blue Eyes together. Or fuse 2 Blue Eyes together. And...
So we're agreed that Kaiba has an ace deck, right?
All he cares about is getting those dragons out on the field.
Yeah.
Wait, this is
Dragon Gun.
this is called King Dragon. Not
Yes.
dragon, it's dragon.
Yeah, Dragon is what he is. Dragon is who he is.
Your opponent cannot target dragon monsters with card effects. Once per turn, you can special summon a dragon monster from your hand. Dragon's Rebirth. Target one dragon monster you control. Banish it, and if you do, summon a dragon monster from your hand or graveyard. Wingbeat of Dragon. Return one level 5 dragon monster you control to the hand, and if you do, destroy all spell and trap cards on the field. So it sounds like I need to make a dragon deck.
Dragon deck. Dragon deck. Dragon deck. We're almost at 2 hours, but dragon deck. Dragon deck.
Wait. Azure Eye Silver Dragon. One tuner monster plus one non-tuner normal monster. If this card is special summoned until the end of the next turn, neither player can target dragon monsters you currently control with card effects. Also, they cannot be destroyed by card effects. Once per turn, during your standby phase, you can target one normal monster in your graveyard and just special summon it. What?
How much money do you have to dump into Yu-Gi-Oh in order to actually make good decks around this kind of thing? So fucking much, right? Because you have to buy so many packs. You don't know what you're gonna get.
Yep. Or you just buy the cards.
TCG. Gotcha games before gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Discard one card, add up to 2 dragon monsters with 300 or more attack and 2,500 or less defense from your deck to your hand. I wonder what cards they're talking about. Like,
I mean, technically it says it that way so that it doesn't only apply to one.
yes, it technically doesn't just apply to Blue Eyes. But...
Technically.
But...
But?
It's basically there to be like, hey, so how can I summon Blue Eyes? How can I get more Blue Eyes into my hand?
Well, if you have enough dragons, it's always, a nice backup.
Because technically, there's Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, Blue Eyes Shining Dragon, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon, Blue Eyes White Dragon. And there's a few more Blue Eyes cards.
I'm trying to refrain from making more Blue Eyes White jokes. But they just put so many in here that I'm just...
So yeah, it's been about 2 hours. Do you want to do anything else, or... I can't really make a dragon deck because I don't have enough I don't have all, good dragon cards yet. I need more of the currency.
And you get that by winning?
By playing. You get a small amount no matter even if you lose. If you win, you get more. I think Zaxel is what started XYZ.
You say that like I paid attention to the existence of you.
Here, let me actually do this, because this is actually is like a legit, this teaches you the brand new concepts. XYZ monsters. They're monsters with black frames. They are kept in the extra deck. You need a number of face-up monsters on the field. The number needed will vary. So, for XYZ, like the one on the left, you need 2 level 3 monsters. So like some of them will be like, there might be one that's 2 level 8 or 2 level 5. Might be 3 something. During the main phase, XYZ monsters are stacked, and you can summon them on. You can summon the XYZ monster on top of them, because you can then use the monsters you use to summon it as like fodder for its abilities. First, let's summon Desquala in defense mode. Let's set XYZ Rebirth. Target one XYZ monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. And if you do, attach this card as an XYZ material. And now end turn.
So you decided to do one more match?
Yep. This is actually going to be very quick because it's scripted.
Okay.
He summons a giant Leviathan.
What, a demon? Demon? Demon
No.
dragon?
No.
Demon?
No, it's not a demon.
Leviathan's a demon.
Holy smokes! Why is this game smoking?
Why is holy smoking? Wait, so you're not doing anything? It's just scripted. It's just going.
Well, no.
What?
So when it's my turn, like you follow its instructions. So let's use Crane to summon Desquala back to the field. So like technically I can move, but like they'll be
Will it
like,
yell at you if you try to do something else?
it will yell at you, yes.
Oh.
Because this is specifically here to be like, this is how you do an XYZ summon.
Oh.
When this card is normal summoned, you can target one level 3 monster and special summon it. So then activate the effects, and Desquala is back on the field. Let's summon MX Saber Invoker. This XYZ monster has a rank of 3, so it requires 2 level 3 XYZ materials. You can always see the requirements in the card description. Select special summon and summon it. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card. Special summon one level Earth, Warrior, or Beast Warrior monster from your deck in defense position, but destroy it during the end phase. Why would you want to do that?
Yup.
Select attack, okay. Oh. Let's learn how to use an XYZ monster's abilities. It's a giant block of text. So, let's try using the monster's effect. As you can see, if you detach a material, which is one of the cards we use to summon it, is now what's called the material. You can special summon a level 4 Earth Warrior from your deck. Activate this by selecting the card and selecting Activate Effect. Then select Desquala to send it to the graveyard. I guess they really hate the koala bear. Yeah, see, if I try to do that... Yeah, if I try to do, like, the plane, it just goes...
Is this how people who played like first edition D&D or something felt when newer editions came out?
No, because D&D didn't widely change every system known to man.
True. I just...
Wait, now we have a monster that can destroy the number 17 Leviathan Dragon? What monster? Offer up.
Like, you can't just keep building new systems and then say you added to the game. Like,
Oh, they build a.
Yugi would get crushed.
Yes. Yes. Like, here's the annoying thing, right? Like,
Decks don't transfer. You literally can't. You'll get destroyed.
so here's the thing: is the next mechanic that they add called pendulum summoning is a way to get a mass amount of monsters onto the field. Like, you can theoretically get like 4 monsters onto the field quickly.
Wow.
You with Then if you are facing like Yugi with that deck and he has to play 1 monster at a time, you overwhelm him constantly.
Yeah.
Offer up one more type monster on your field, on your side of the field as a tribute to destroy one face-up monster on the field whose defense is equal or lower to the attack of this monster. So we're tributing our special monster to destroy that. When the monster leaves the field, all of its material goes to the graveyard. Ah, it's quite useful. Let's bring it back with the trap card XYZ Reborn. Let's summon another monster.
The more mechanics they add, the less I'm paying attention as you're playing. I'm sorry to say. Which is nothing against you, but just...
Let's XYZ summon a monster with a different rank. With 2 level 4 monsters, you can XYZ summon the rank 4, number 39 Utopia. Like, yeah, it's just... What? Ah, now we're doing what we did last time. Destroy the warrior type monster to make turret warrior super strong. Let's bring back number 39 Utopia to take care of that opponent's pesky trap card Gravity Bind. Wait. When a monster declares an attack, you can detach one material from this card, negate the attack. If this card is targeted while it has no material, destroy this card. I wish I could... there's probably an option to turn that off, I hope. Wait. Reverse Breaker. Equip only to Utopia. When the equipped monster declares an attack, target one spell or trap card your opponent controls and destroy it. There are so many flipping cards. Notice that it's not affected by Gravity Bind. XYZ numbers have a rank. Oh. So their stars are not level, they're rank. So anything that says level, they aren't affected by? What the crap? I hate Yu-Gi-Oh! I flippin' hate Yu-Gi-Oh!
I've gotta say, as I had just said, the more mechanics they've been adding, the less I'm paying attention.
Like, I understand the mechanic, but it's kind of like... It's kind of like... Why does this need to be in the game? Why was this something that they thought was a good idea? When there were already so many ways to summon monsters Why do you need more complicated ways to summon more complicated
They,
monsters?
they could have gone the Pokemon route, where they just added more new cards and like different strategies or something. They could have even added new types. They didn't do that.
No, they just added so many new mechanics that it is hard to parse through.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
They should have gone the Pokemon route. If they added one new type, like Dragon Warrior, whatever, if they just kept adding that kind of type without these increasingly complex
which they do
mechanics
they
or whatever.
do add new types.
I said without these increasingly
Yeah,
complex.
yeah.
Like that, because I think the thing is, with all of these new mechanics and stuff, like you literally can't play against someone who's not at the same, I don't know, like stage or whatever the fuck of like mechanics as you.
Like, technically,
Otherwise, it's just broken. You just broke the game with every update.
like I think there are some decks that follow the old rule set, like the Yu-Gi-Oh, like normal summoning monsters,
Yeah.
that don't do like the XYZ and synchro and all that. That can
learn the entire game every.
No, but I think there are some decks that can go against the newer decks and win. It's just
like
the viability.
It's not.
The viability of most of the original cards are non-existent.
Like Pokemon, right? Even as they've added new generations
Yeah.
and all these new Pokemon and stuff, like they've added, I guess, the now different forms, like what was it called, Mega Evolutions and stuff.
Mega Evolutions are now gone. Now it's Gigantamaxing or Dynamaxing.
So if I take that away, set those aside,
Yeah.
like, and even XY, like Mega Evolution wasn't a guaranteed.
It was specific ones with very like.
Yeah, it was a very specific thing.
Yeah.
And like, even if you have one, that doesn't mean the other person automatically loses or anything.
No, yeah, you can beat
It
Mega.
doesn't do such a drastic
No.
thing per se.
Like
it certainly gives you a great advantage, but like it's just that it's an advantage.
It's not a guaranteed win.
Differences and stuff still apply.
Yes.
Type advantage still applies.
Yes.
So I'm less mad about that. The Gigantamax thing I can't speak on. I haven't played that.
Basically all it does is it changes the move slightly and it like doubles the health. They can easily still get one shot. Like I've seen Gigantamax Pokemon get one shot. It's harder.
Yeah. It seems like what Yu-Gi-Oh did was it just broke the balance every generation.
Kind of.
It was just like, fuck balancing.
So
we're just gonna make a new system.
If
you don't care about the older players.
The only cards that have, honestly, from what I've understood, that are still viable, are the cards like Dark Magician, Blue Eyes White Dragon, like the high-powered cards from the original that you always work towards.
Like your average thing isn't that.
Yeah, exactly. But like
someone who started, like just started out on the new system shouldn't be able to be evenly matched with a pro from the old system.
Yeah.
That's the problem here.
Yeah. It is.
I guess Pokemon had to probably balance for that more because they had the like trading from older games and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, trading from older games in very, very specific ways that had like checks for cheating like every step of the way.
Sure. But like still.
Yeah.
As long as it was valid, like you could do it, right?
Yeah. As long as it was like a valid Pokemon, and even then some cheated in Pokemon were counted as valid for some dumb reason. But
I'm setting some cheating
Yeah.
aside. I'm talking about valid mechanics
Yeah,
wise.
like
You can still.
there are a few Pokemon you can't trade up because the move stopped existing, but like they're few and far between. Or you would have to remove that move from the Pokemon. That has
Okay,
happened in the past,
nice.
but like that's few
Our
and far
account
between.
has the 9 month patch
Wow. Um, but that's few and far between. That's not like average Pokemon. Yeah, you can easily trade it in between generations.
Yeah, so that's my thing.
But it's
Anyway,
you
I'm gonna
could.
stop railing against this like an old person. Like, I hate the new system.
I'm
But I
just.
do.
I'm just like I don't. One, I don't fully understand all the systems because obviously I wasn't playing then. I stopped when the fastest way you could get a monster out was in GX when you're like, I could special summon a card that may be able to special summon another card, maybe. Um, there wasn't no like, okay, now I play this card, which then gets this card on the field, which then gets this card on the field, which then I can all throw away to get this card on the field. Like, that's a little ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, like, chaining stuff and whatnot, in terms of like effects was a thing.
Yeah, like
It's just these increasingly like, oh, if I get this and this, then I can fusion summon, whatever. Like, those are new mechanics.
well, like I said, fusion summoning has been around since original Yu-Gi-Oh. That's been a thing
Okay,
since I was
sorry,
playing.
not fusion summon.
The synchro summoning, the
Yeah,
XYZ summoning.
yes,
Yeah,
that. Like, all of that is just. If you add new mechanics, they shouldn't inherently give you such a big advantage.
yeah,
You shouldn't have, like, oh, you didn't draw this from your deck, but you can just, like, summon this now, because it's, like, over on the side here.
well,
What is that? What is that?
well,
You just have it?
well,
The fuck?
extra deck's been a thing for a while. That's fusion monsters were already there, but yeah, I understand what you mean.
Like, generally speaking, right? When you did that battle with Kaiba earlier, he had to have Blue Eyes White Dragon in his fucking hand.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have it in his hand, shit out of luck. Too bad.
Other than if you have a card that says summon it from your deck.
Right, but like it has to get to your hand or it has to be from like an effect like
Yeah.
that. There's no just it's on the side ready to go whenever.
Yeah.
Whereas like a lot of these newer ones seem to be all right, so we just gave you these like super extra strong ones that you just have whenever, ready to go. As long as you do these other things, it's fine.
Uh,
Just go.
as long as it meets these certain conditions, which these conditions are not that hard to meet, or your deck is specifically built around getting these out in one turn to get the big strong monster. Because like you saw like the one card was like, oh hey, you place it down, get a monster, another level 3 monster out. Oh yeah, now you have this card out. Like, you play one, oh, now you're just swapping around cards, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Which is ridiculous. Like,
Like you shouldn't have to learn a new system every time to be able to like keep up. You were just saying about pendulum summon or whatever.
yeah,
There's no way.
which,
There's no way.
that, like, takes up the spell and trap card zone, and then it's like, I think it's something like there's numbers on them, and, like, you can summon any card that has a level in between the numbers on the two cards on your field. So if like one is like a 1 and the other one's like a 5, you can summon any card between level 1 and 5 just from your hand to the field. Or some garbage like that. Which then, if you tie into the XYZ and the synchro summoning, you're just playing a vast number of cards on the field, and then boom, you have super strong cards immediately. Like,
there's no way. You can't compete with that. You just can't.
They also...
And, like, that means that strategies that, like, were good and valid strategies, they might not have been guaranteed, but they were good strategies, are no longer good strategies.
Yeah, no, the meta and the strategies have gone through complete changes from when we played.
It pisses me the hell off, because at least, like, Pokemon, if I look at someone doing a Pokemon battle, I'm still like, oh yeah, that's Pokemon. This isn't what I played. This isn't the game that I played. What is this? Just call it a new fucking game at that point.
No, but it's still Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh!
We're old.
I am old. I'm old and grumpy. I'm the cranky old grandpa. Get off my lawn.
You
just
don't
kidding.
Have a lawn. Anyway.
But I just said, just kidding. I can't afford a lawn.
If anyone stayed and watched the shenanigans, I'm sorry.
It's not even shenanigans anymore. It's just...
I am sorry. Also sorry that we were just like... But I also don't assume people...
They're still listening. They chose to.
I was about to say, I also assume that nobody's still listening at this point because we've been going...
Grump, grump, grump. Maybe I should go, like, make dinner and stuff.
I should, like, go to bed and stuff.
Okay, bye.
What?
I said okay, bye.
Bye? What?
What, are you not ending the stream then?
I was gonna see if I could find something real quick. Yes. Pendulum Summoning deck. This is the basic deck that they created to teach you how to do pendulum summoning, and yeah, then there's these monsters with the blue and red arrows. Those are the pendulum monsters, and those numbers dictate what happened, like the numbers for when they're in those special zones. So, if you do this 2 and 7, then you can just summon a crap ton of monsters, because that's, holy crap, a very large range. When most of the monsters here are level 4 and 6. You can basically at that point summon anything. So, yep. Yu-Gi-Oh's not what we used to know. Anyway, thanks for listening. Bye.
Have a good night, everyone.